my face to hear your voice and know to touch you is a dream come true. So I'm standing here with my hand held out, knowing that your love will never fade. I stand amazed.
Hello viewers and welcome to Amazing Series. This is your host Amma. Welcome to the final and concluding part of the series on weddings. In this segment, we're going to meet Christiane and Leonard. Now, these are two charming people and they've been dating for 4 years. They finally got married on August 6th, 2010. Now, you should listen to their story because it will make your heart sing. How lucky do you feel to have found each other?
I personally feel very blessed. I always call him my guardian angel. I came out from a relationship that was just, up and down roller coaster, and
don't we know all about it?
And it was just a very long, like a 10-year relationship. And when I wasn't looking, I took a breath and sort of said, enough's enough for a while. And out of nowhere, enter Leonard. And it's just been incredible ever since. So I feel very, very blessed, very lucky, and very taken care of. Someone up there is looking after me. So
yeah, and likewise, I feel very blessed and just really blown out of the water with Christiane and how she has enriched my life. And everything is just better with her in my life. We come from two different parts of the world. I was born in Serbia, she was born in Trinidad, and we keep saying this to each other, it's so different, but we united in this, commonplace Canada. And who would have thought, if somebody told you years ago, you're actually going to marry a Serbian, I'm going to marry a Trinidadian, but hey, we met, it worked out well, we click amazingly, we can't spend a single second without each other.
That's very true.
Okay, as you say this, my heart is beating a little faster because I'm a hopeless romantic. So tell me, how did you meet?
So actually, we were in Melasman Square. I was in Melasman Square. I'd just gone for a run, sitting down, reading a book as I'm relaxing, sweaty, no makeup on, anything. And Ned came by and started chatting. And
yeah, I don't usually do this really, but something struck me on that evening. I just looked at her and I was like, you know what, I need to talk to her.
Yeah.
So now setting it up like this, the way you met, I can't wait for the proposal. Who proposed?
So I proposed.
You proposed, okay. And how did you propose?
So he proposed on a Saturday, and the Thursday he showed up in my Burlington. I was going to school at Burlington at the time. So he shows up in Burlington, and he puts pictures of himself all over my apartment with like little cutout bubbles of me. And it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it was like thinking of you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all during the week. So I was like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, why is he doing this? That's weird. So I said, that's really sweet. And he's like, yeah. And then Friday, I'm going out with my girlfriends and we're going salsa dancing. And he shows up at my girlfriend's house with roses for all my friends and a dress for myself. And he says, I want you to look really good. So here's a dress and all you girls have some roses. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's tonight. Tonight he's proposing. Everybody, we were talking about it the whole night. Tonight we're proposing. Tonight he's proposing. So the whole night we're waiting for him to show up again. And he doesn't show up again. So we're like, oh, okay. And then, actually it was Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday we were going to, actually it was Sunday you proposed, sorry. Thursday, Friday, then Saturday we went to my uncle's 50th party. And I'm thinking, okay, well, everybody's here. Here's a proposal. Doesn't propose. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's no proposal this weekend. So I wake up the next morning helping him, as he said, do all these e-sales. And I am busted. Like, the afro, the hair, no makeup on, nothing. And he's telling me, oh, unwrap this box and we have to do it again. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, all of a sudden, there's the ring. He's on one knee, and all I hear is, mwah, 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 marry me. And all I can think of, yes, but you have to do it when I look like this. I can't even take pictures. And he says to me the reason why is because he wanted to throw me off the trail, because I always find out if he's doing something. So then the rest of the day was spent going to all our first kiss, the first place we met, those kind of things. So it was very, very nice.
And that's you're a very romantic person.
Thank you.
So now, if you set it up like this, how was your wedding day like? Because that's the day that's special for the bride, it's special for the groom, and I want to know just how was that day like?
For me, it was we had like a dual wedding, 2-day wedding, I should say. So we had a midnight ceremony, and one of the reasons why we did that was to separate the act of being married and how important it was to share those vows with each other, and we wanted to separate that from the party.
Okay.
So we wanted to sort of make that very holy and significant. So we did that at midnight so that we could still have the same date.
Oh,
right?
I see.
Right. So the midnight one was to me was amazing. It was stunning, very intimate and private, and I wasn't nervous, but I was kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Apprehensive? No.
Anticipatory?
Yes. Full of anticipation and kind of like, oh my gosh, this is the big date.
I love being a woman, but the only time I would exchange to be a man is just to have that feeling of your bride walking, because no bride really has that feeling. How did that feel like for you when the first glimpse of your bride?
Basically, everything stopped in that moment, and there was only her in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
So, the church, it was full of people. The reverend was there, my best man, the family, friends. But they all just disappeared instantly, and it was only her, only my beautiful wife. And
it was very true.
I was just beyond myself. It was joy, sheer joy, and she was breathtaking. My wildest dreams came true, and I felt blessed and happy at that moment. And here she comes. Yes, this is so right. Finally, I can't believe that it's me, that she chose, and she looked beautiful.
What would you say was the most memorable aspect of the wedding?
Probably her walking out, her father, handing her over to me, and basically that few, minutes of just exchanging looks and holding each other's arms and feeling each other's energy.
For me, it was the reception. My mom and dad lit a candle for us to say that they carried us along a journey, and then we held our own candle, which means we're taking that journey on for ourselves. And the vows were really important to me. We wrote our own vows, and to hear we didn't really know what each other was going to say, so to hear what he was promising and expecting from me was very touching. And we had, again, as I said, a community moment where the people around us lit a candle and said they would lift us up. All of those things were our whole wedding, our whole reception was very intimate for me. My beautiful sister was the reverend, so that was very touching. My brother and my sister-in-law were intimately part of that. My brother-in-law was there. So just surrounding yourself with family and that community, and I'm tearing up right now, but that to me was the most important. The midnight ceremony was beautiful to me because I was allowed to have those people at this intimate moment within church, with Christ being there, joining myself with him through the sacrament. It was just, that was the most important and the most memorable time to me. We had a great reception after, and the party was amazing. We just had a good time, but definitely what stuck with me was the midnight ceremony for sure. Yeah, being with each other.
Being with you guys, you seem so excited to be with each other. You still find each other interesting. But I've always wondered, when you've dated someone for such a long time, for 4 years, and then you marry, doesn't it take the spark out? I was thinking that you're like, oh yeah, there comes Christiane. Yeah, comes. How do you maintain that spark? Because they're all bubbly around each other. Like they haven't dated for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
How do you maintain that?
I think for us, because I was away long distance actually at school and things like that, it was always something so exciting to see each other on the weekend. So it kind of felt like there was this long extended courtship that was happening. And though we were together for a full year, and then we kind of were long distance, it just always felt new and fresh. And I think too, always coming together and communicating and trying new things together. We have a lot of experiences that we do together now. We didn't live together before we got married, so that was a big new and exciting thing too. So we had that to sort of, navigate through, and it's always exciting. But I think for us, it's a lot of it is communication. And just trying new things, always kind of keeping it interesting and having that willing spirit to do different things with each other.
Yeah. And I also want to know, how do you iron out any friction or arguments? How do you cope with that?
To other couples out there, it might come across as some sort of an effort that's required, but it's really not.
It's very easy.
It's just, when you love somebody, it's just there. You don't really do the math inside your head and say, well, okay, this is the 15th time that I've taken out the garbage. Why doesn't she take out the garbage? It's just like, oh my goodness, like I love her, she loves me. We're a team. There's no nickel and diming, tick for tack. It's just very normal.
I grew up thinking that relationships were work. Oh, you gotta work on it. Honestly, when I met Nenad and we've been in this relationship, it has been very effortless. Obviously there's times where you got to think about certain things, but it's pretty much been, we just enjoy each other, we love each other, and it comes very easy and very natural to us.
Being married, I know that it takes more than two people to sustain the love in the relationship. How do the two of you, who do you call on to support you?
That's a great question. I think for us it's definitely our parents. My mom and dad provide a lot of strength for me. I know I call on my mom all the time for a lot of work-related issues, things like that. And his parents are just absolutely amazing. They're so loving. It's very easy to see where Nenad gets the love from. It's very easy to see that. They're so accepting of us. As well as community. We were so fortunate to have a community component to our wedding. Our friends and family kind of lit a candle for us and said that they would help us along the way and support us and bring us up if we were falling. So we have a great sense of community, and the biggest thing too is really Jesus Christ. We're very strong in our faith and our belief, and we pray every night, and we try to, as we were talking about earlier, surrendering things to Christ, and really going through that kind of route of support.
I love the fact that you have a great marriage, but also you don't forget, your parents and the people who nurtured you. You draw on their experience and their love to keep your love growing.
Right.
That really touches me.
Hands in mine, together we'll stay. You made me better today than I was before, and now my heart can rest, and I will search no more, 'cause you made me better today. I stand, proclaim, true love is here to stay. I stand, proclaim, forever starts today. You made me better today than I was before, and now my heart can rest, and I will search no more, 'cause you made me better today than I was before, and now my heart can rest, and I will search no more. You made me better today.
Amazing Series.